All right. Good morning, everybody. We are back with Act 5 of Quantum Break. Now, oh, wait a second. I forgot to change one thing. So you might have noticed at the end of the stream yesterday, everything went to shit as usual. So my original plan was to stream the last part of the Paul Serene's Junction and the episode of TV, but my internet was not cooperating still for whatever reason. So I had decided to record it, and then the plan was to record it and then mux it with the stream video that I downloaded from Twitch, and then put the combined video feed onto YouTube. But what I didn't realize is that I had set up the recording format wrong. You can in OBS, you can set different recording formats for streaming and recording. So for Twitch doesn't support X265, so I have it set to X264. And then when I set up the recording format, I wasn't paying attention, and I was just looking at it's called NVIDIA NVEC, and then either X264 or HEVC, which is X265, and I just quickly selected NVIDIA NVEC in recording, and I didn't realize it was set to HEVC instead of X264. So when I tried to put the files together, I couldn't because they're two different formats. So I had to upload the Paul Serene Junction and the final episode as a separate video. So I have Quantum Break Part 4, and then Part 4.5 is the TV episode. So I'm sorry about that. I wasn't thinking and I wasn't paying attention, but I fixed that, so now the recording is the same format of streaming formats in case that ever happens again. So I did that because what I'm going through the Max Payne games, and I'm trying to find all the address unknown TV episodes, and I'm recording those, and then I want to put those together in like a short clip video and upload it and put it on the Remedyverse playlist. So because as I mentioned before, those are kind of like sharing a lot of ideas with what becomes Alan Wake and then Alan Wake 2. And so I wanted to have that together in like the big playlist of all the Remedyverse games that I'm doing. So, but in the future, hopefully that won't be an issue. But you know, I'm sure I will screw up somewhere. So, anyways, let's continue with Act 5, the final act of Quantum Break proper. And I say proper because I'll let you know what's going on after we finish.
The entire town now seems to be a disaster area, and while authorities and relief workers from Monarch are redoubling their efforts, it seems everybody's working at capacity. And
time was broken, working out of sync. The city was in a state of chaos.
Where the fucking train comes from in the middle of a city, you know?
And you still believed you could fix it?
The solution was inside Monarch Tower. A countermeasure.
The CFR, as Monarch knew it. The key to the lifeboat protocol. Monarch's survival plan. But that didn't seem to matter to you.
I had a better plan. Okay then.
Yep, that's a fucking freight train. I hope that's not fuel. Oh, don't move. Uh-oh. No, don't burst me straight into the grenade, please.
Can't focus.
Not only is it a big guy, but I ran right into the wall. Stupid. Trying to let the sprint charge up a little bit because there's no upgrade for sprint cooldown.
Now, where do they keep the countermeasure? Shouldn't be too hard to find. It's the biggest damn building in Riverport.
Hello, Riverport. This is Teresa Sedmak. As I am sure you are aware, things are very chaotic right now all over Riverport and in the rest of the world. There's an epidemic of collisions of some kind happening. Car accidents, air collisions, all eerily similar to the Port Donnelly bridge crash we experienced earlier, where nobody seems to see these accidents coming until they happen. I personally witnessed a car slamming into 3 people, a family as they were crossing the street, and I do not know where that car came from. The street was clear and suddenly the situation is being addressed by Monarch Solutions, who are responding to the crisis by... I can't do this. This isn't worth it. They didn't tell me it would be like this. They knew, didn't they? Those sons of bitches knew in the way that they were talking. I'm sorry. I have to go. I can't stay here. I have to go home.
Oh, I guess even the propaganda machine's breaking down now.
Jack? I hope you can hear me.
Fiona? Is that you?
Yes. I wasn't sure if I could make this work. Listen, the CFR, it's not easy to reach, but you can access it from Serene's office. A friend of mine has unlocked the CFR chamber, but the rest of the place is still in lockdown. I think I could help you with that. Like this.
I guess you can.
Serene isn't in the building anymore, so maybe you don't have to run into him.
So if you chose if you chose the junction where Paul does not take the gas, or maybe the one before that, Charlie is the one who helps you through the building. Because obviously Charlie is dead, so he cannot help you through the building. R.I.P. Charlie, you tried to be a hero at the very end. Instead, you got shot right through the back of the face by Martin Hatch, who is allegedly also
Welcome
dead.
to the international headquarters of Monarch Solutions. This state-of-the-art building has become world-famous for its unique architecture and its iconic presence in the Riverport skyline. Incorporating an unprecedented level of automation designed with both comfort and security in mind, complete with a zero-carbon footprint, the building provides a safe and environmentally friendly workplace for thousands of Monarch employees. Monarch Solutions. All we think about is the future.
Zero carbon footprint. Well, in that case, I'm sure you're all cool.
Buildings in lockdown. The hell's that even mean?
I guess.
Poor bastard doesn't know anything about the train crash. Hope he doesn't have a heart attack when time resumes.
Oh, I guess I forgot to push this.
Mr. Hatch! I thought you... They said you're dead.
They are confused about a great many things.
What?
I have a little job for you.
But you're... I mean, I'm not sure I should...
Monarch flunky.
You are still working for me.
No.
Yes, of course.
There was a memo that said we are explicitly not working for you anymore. It is interesting, though, that the flunky says, we thought you were dead. Oh, hey, Big Gamer 2233. Well, thank you for the follow. So, Martin Hatch dies in the fight scene between Liam and Martin, but that happens like 30 seconds ago. So, how does everybody know that Hatch is supposed to be dead? Let's see, from Luther Talbot to Pablo Torres, getting to be that time. Hey Pablo, I think it's getting close. You better get your ass to a stutter-proofed area. I still can't believe this believe is misspelled. I can't...
Alright, how am I getting to Paul's office?
Oh, you're a bot. Of course. Oh, I still can't believe this is real, but you've seen what it's like out there. Half the world's going to shit. Just glad we're in here. I don't know how it's all gonna play out, but at least this way we get a chance, and maybe we can fix things later. I bet those science guys can work it out, right? And hey, if you see that Jack Joyce asshole, just run, dude, okay? I was talking to Clarice, and I didn't realize this before. I thought he was just sneaky or lucky or something, but I saw some battle reports from the field, and he's just a machine. Fucker just shoots his way through everything we throw at his way. I know this place is safe, but I figure he'll show up sooner or later. I heard he's got some personal beef with Serene, so when he comes, you better stay out of his way. Just let the Jarheads handle that. If they can. If Joyce is coming after Serene, he's gonna be pretty mad when he finds out the boss just took a chopper out. You hear anything about that? What the fuck was that about? So it could get pretty ugly. See you when the dust clears, I guess. Stay safe, man.
I really don't want to go outside. The world's just gone crazy.
There's no way for them to understand what's happening. Must be scary.
From Clarissa Gawa, shifter alert to Monarch HQ Chronon active personnel. Attention, the lifeboat security protocols are now in full effect. Our stutterproofing has failed, and we have reports of shifters in the building. You all know the drill. We have trained for this. Do not approach shifters alone. Remember that they are not restricted by the physical space in the same way we are. Deploy dampeners and watch your backs. Work in teams, remember your tactics, maintain your distance, and don't take any unnecessary risks. comms are unreliable due to stutters, so pass the word to others and take advantage of stutter collapses to communicate as effectively as you can. We are attempting to repair the stutter proofing as quickly as possible, but be advised that contrary to our earlier timeline, which gave us years more to prepare, we believe we are now on the verge of the final zero state. And every single stutter we encounter is more and more likely to be the one that never ends. That means our priorities have changed. The lifeboat protocol is in full effect, and ensuring its success is our only objective, whether the opposition is shifters, Jackjoys, or anybody else. It's vital that we all remember our training. If we do things right, we will make it out of this, and we will make our way into the lifeboat. Good luck and make me proud. But, okay, so Clarice is sending out this memo, but she was conspiring with Martin Hatch to, like, make the lifeboat fail. What is her deal? I do not understand Clarice's agenda in any of this.
What's going on here? Thought I'd run into organized resistance.
Monarch shifted gears. There's this survival program, and you're either in it or you're irrelevant. So everybody's just scrambling, and Serene's acting weird. Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's just waiting for it all to end. You're gonna keep that from happening, right?
and just Jack just doesn't answer. Okay, so what? I am obviously not upstairs, but all these guys are getting fucked from somewhere upstairs by something. There is a shifter in the building. Of course, if you remember, okay, so somehow Martin Hatch took a knife to the eye, but he's alive again, somehow. And he was just talking to a flunky, so apparently Martin Hatch...
I was getting closer to the countermeasure. Paul had the key to fixing the fracture all along, but he didn't see it.
There was nothing to see. He believed the fracture couldn't be fixed.
Who is that down there?
The CFR, to create the lifeboat.
Is that?
Indeed.
Damn.
Martin Hatch. There's more going on to him than he's been letting on. From Paul Serene to security team leads, Martin Hatch. Martin Hatch has been detained, and his authority over Monarch Solutions and its employees, along with his security clearance, has been rescinded. I want a full security team watching him at all times. He is not to be given access to any computer systems or communications. Don't talk to him, and don't allow him to talk to anybody. Lock him down and keep him locked down. If he attempts to escape, shoot to kill. I'll deal with him when I'm done with the present crisis. Apparently not so much.
Those men died fighting something that lives outside of time.
The very reason our weapons program was built. Serene knew they were coming.
Weapons weren't doing the trick.
Okay, and another thing. Clarice is either unaware or pretending to be unaware. This interview is happening after all this is taking place. The game that, what we're doing right now, what I'm doing right now is happening before this interview. So for some reason Clarice is pretending, or for some reason still does not know that Hatch is some kind of time freak like we are and Serene is.
Fiona, can you get this door open for me?
I think so. Sorry, this isn't quite my forte. I know a guy who would do this in his sleep, but he's about as dependable as... Oh, never mind, that's it. Be careful. You'll have company in there.
I guess you guys are liabilities then, huh? Huh? What? Do time explosions not work anymore? Okay, well. Apparently the explosion on that actually hurt me. Wait, what happened? Did the other guy kill him? It's kind of a cool visual.
The Monarch PR machine was going strong.
Well, it was.
Public believed that they were doing what the police force couldn't. Protecting them from a terrorist threat. From...
You.
Monarch PR protocol. Monarch Solutions responds to tragedy. No public aggression. Coercion, manipulation over violence. Contain, bury, spin everything. Friendly, safe authority. Control Mayor, Riverport PD. Monarch assisting the authorities. Deploy SEDMAC for media control. Remove Radford. SEDMAC, I believe, is the mayor? Manufacture terrorist threat. Jack Joyce. Note, Jack Joyce should be a clear later addition on the board. Info warfare. See Charlie Wincott for details. Flood social networks and media sites with new narrative. Drown out legitimate reports with flood of conflicting accounts. Paint troublemakers as bleeding heart extremists. Attain critical mass, useful idiots will take over trolling. Hey, some of that is like real world Republican shit, huh?
You told me that Hatch had Paul's full support. I saw otherwise.
There was a temporary misunderstanding.
Yeah, see, okay, so we'll get to, from Vera Kovac, that creepy asshole's gone, to Alim Loden. Alim, did you hear Hatch is out? I don't know exactly what went down, but Holden from Acquisitions says Hatch did something to really piss off Serene. Maybe something that involved blowing something up on the island? I don't know, and frankly, I don't know if Holden did either. It all sounds pretty crazy, even by Monarch standards. Anyway, Holden says Hatch got escorted out of his office by a whole bunch of armed security guys. I mean, that wasn't a security will escort you out of the building situation. Holden says it was for real, so I guess that guy's done. Good riddance. Maybe now we can get some work done without him Darth Vadering the crap out of us. That guy's always creeped me out. Oh, I had another thing too. You were right, Dr. Amaral came back. I was sure Joyce would just kill her, but nope, she made it back alive. Anyway, I'm glad I was wrong about that one. She's cool people. She picked a good time to come back too. Things were really getting bad outside. It's really starting to dawn on me we're really lucky to be in here, instead of stuck out there in all the craziness. It's stuck out there in all the craziness. They said there's planes coming down from the sky now. Crazy. Let me know you're okay, Liam. I thought I saw something else over here.
Fiona, I'm trying to get to the Skybridge.
Skybridge. You're in marketing right now, that's... Okay. Yeah, I think I got it. Hey, Jack. Be careful. There's something really weird going on in this building.
Yeah, no shit.
Monarch was scrambling. Paul's empire was falling apart all around me. I'd never seen anything like it. But Paul had. That's what he was preparing for all those years. He didn't do a very good job.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting that Paul was just so severely like he was right on pretty much everything up until this point, and for some reason he got it drastically wrong on the timeline. Like for some reason he thought he had years, but he really did not. And Hatch did all of this. He's a machine just like we are. Huh? How many points do I have? 5 points. What am I upgrading? Okay, this is the final screenplay email. Okay, so this one is short, so I can read this. From Bruce Livingston to Sophia Amaral. About my screenplay and new video. Hey Sophia, still haven't heard from you about my screenplay. I know you're busy with all your work, but this is really taking off in a big way, so let's try to get going on this, okay? I know this thing is going to be huge, so I just went ahead and mortgaged my house to make this thing reality. It's my dream, and I'm gonna follow my dream. And once I get the Kickstarter going, this thing's gonna pay me back for the mortgage, so no problem. I already shot a short promo thing for the KS campaign. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna star in it, but I've already got a really cool part for you too if you want it. You'd be perfect for it. Also, like I said, I'm gonna need that science feedback stuff soon, so let me know ASAP. Well, you're gonna be regretting that mortgage soon, bud.
They have a time machine here? Shit. This is where they brought the university core. This is Paul's machine. Looks like they have it on the top floor.
Monarch paperweight with note. Ensure personally that CFR chamber is secure. A confession from Bernard Riker to Paul Serene. Sir, I know you won't have a chance to read this email until you return to the HQ, but I have turned this over in my head repeatedly, and I see no other option than to let you know what I have done. I've deactivated the stutter proofing at the building. I had maintenance access, and I used it. But I want you to know I did it under tremendous duress. Martin Hatch left me no choice. He threatened my family, and I didn't know what else to do. I still don't. I know there are shifters out there. The stutter proofing is gone, and I don't have a chronon harness, so technically I'm safe. The shifters only exist in stutters, and when one of those hits, I freeze, just like the rest of the world. So whatever happens during the stutter, I'm safe, barring some kind of desynchronization related accident. What that means though is that one eye blink I'm here, and the next there's 2 dead strikers on the floor. Dead because of me. Their blood is all over me from nowhere. I'm looking at them right now, typing this on my phone. I could smell the blood, and I don't know, ozone, I guess? And smoke? Their gears sparking. They'd be alive if I hadn't. I'm sorry. I think I'm hyperventilating. I don't know if I can hold it together much longer. I don't know why Hatch wanted this to happen, but he did. I think he wants the CFR for some reason. You can't trust that fucker, sir. I know you're close, but I think he's as evil as they come. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm not making excuses. I know I fucked up. I don't know how to deal with this. I have always respected your drive and dedication. You have no idea, but I don't have those things. I'm just an engineer. This is too much for me. If you come back and fix things, please look after my family. They didn't have anything to do with this. I'm Bernard Riker, Senior Chronon Tech. So things are really getting fucked, and Martin Hatch wants things to end for some reason. Oh my god. No, the internet's dying. Come on. Come on. I just checked it on Twitch test and it was fine. Oh my god, I've been playing for a half hour, dude. Come on. Okay, well, I guess I might have to just stop the stream, or head the next checkpoint, which I think is right here, luckily. God damn it. I really do not understand my internet sometimes. Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna have to quit right here.
What the fuck? Was that Hatch? The train.
All personnel, stay clear of the lower levels. There's a possible hazard. Repeat, stay clear of the lower levels. There appears to be a train crashed into the building. The situation is under control. All personnel should remain in secure areas. There are intruders in the building. Repeat, remain in secured areas.
Yeah, so the train is crashing into the building is under control. Don't worry about it. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to pause and attempt this later. I don't understand what my internet is doing, but I checked it before stream and it was fine. I rebooted the router and the cable modem like usual, and now it's totally flailing, so I'm sorry. I don't know how to control this, but we will return to Quantum Break later. Okay, welcome back. We're gonna try it again. I don't know what else to do at this point. I did the general power cycling everything, and unfortunately I ran Twitch tests and things weren't looking hot, but Either we keep trying, or I guess I'd have to record the whole last chapter and just upload it on YouTube. I don't know. But let's keep going. On to Act 5, we are in Monarch HQ, and Martin Hatch is... He's a shifter, surprise, so he didn't actually die, and he's been attacking Monarch personnel for some unknown reason. I guess they edited out a line.
What the fuck? Was that Hatch? The train.
All personnel, stay clear of the lower levels. There's a possible hazard. Repeat, stay clear of the lower levels. There appears to be a train crashed into the building. The situation is under control. All personnel should remain in secure areas. There are intruders in the building. Repeat, remain in secured areas.
There appears to be a train barreling through our building for some unknown reason right now. But everything's totally under control, don't worry about it.
Another door I need help with, Fiona.
You're at Serene's office. Good. Just a second, this one's a little tricky. Serene's got access to the CFR chamber, and there's going to be a pretty dangerous guy there guarding. Got it. Just be careful, okay?
Okay, here
Paul was
is
already
the
gone.
info dump.
But he left behind the one thing I needed.
Sort of. Untitled note. I have left this message here for you to find so that soon when the time comes and I ask you to choose, you can do so with your eyes open and with some hint of understanding. I have no secrets, and the only things I choose to omit are the ones that you in your current limited state would not be able to grasp, no matter how hard I tried to make you understand. I have walked down the same path you are now on, once, from your perspective, a long time ago, although time no longer has such meaning to me. I too came into contact with the time machine. In my case, it was not a man-made device, but a natural one, in a cave. It should come as no surprise, really, that such things exist, much like natural nuclear reactors do exist, such as the now defunct ones at Oklo Africa. After all, the Meyer-Joyce field has its irregularities. I too became Chronon active. I too developed Chronon syndrome, and in time I too lost control and became a shifter. Became at once everything and nothing, was everywhere and nowhere. Died countless deaths and was still alive. My every probability, every possibility happening at once. I promised I would not lie, and thus I tell you, the noise and the pain and the rage were more than anyone could suffer and not go insane. I burned in this fire for a long time. There were brief moments of awareness in this endless nightmare. Different versions of certain key moments in my life that I found myself reliving again and again. Trying to make things right, like a puzzle, on and on and on. I'm convinced that the stutters and the end of time saved me, for those were the only places, the only times where I could even briefly stop and rest and slowly find focus and control again, and ultimately master this state, not emerge from it, not be cured, not go back to what I was before, for there is no such thing, but to learn to be in one place and everywhere at once. My perception is altered like that of someone who has seen a perceptual illusion and discovered that the picture is both a young girl and an old woman at the same time. Once you see them both, you can never not see them. We are such limited beings. We play with just one piece, on just one square on an endless chessboard, just one life, one timeline, and an infinite multiverse of possibilities. Am I an exception? The only one who has found his way to the other side? Or is this just a shifter's brief dream before a stutter collapses? There are other shifters, you, your best friend who is now your mortal enemy, Dr. Kim, others, some of whom you know. It doesn't matter who, because they are gone, and when they emerge, if they ever emerge, they will not be who they were, just as I am not who I was before. I've done my part in helping you all achieve this state. If time is an ocean with a frozen surface, then the stutters and the end of time are holes in that ice, opportunities to come up for air. I have a plan. It's already in motion, but it would be futile to try to explain it to you, like trying to explain 3 dimensions to someone who can only see one. But make no mistake, I do not look down on you. I strive for humility. Even as I shift this world from one state to another, I will make this possible. I stand in between. I don't see myself as a gate. I remain humble. I'm something smaller, a hatch. And so we have some of an info dump on Martin Hatch and how he is a shifter and what... very little on what he is trying to accomplish, but we get some background into how he became a shifter. And you see, or at the end of like the final piece, I stand in between. I don't see myself as a gate. I remain humble. I'm something smaller, a hatch. This is why in Alan Wake 2 they changed the name to Warland Door, because a door is not it's not a gate, it's not a flood, but it is an entryway through 2 different areas, like a hatch.
My office alarm went off. Is that you skulking around, Jack?
Fuck you. I'm done playing games. I'm here for what you stole.
Yes, of course.
The CFR. If you understood just how much depended on that, you'd leave it alone. But I know you don't care.
You're right. I don't. And it looks like you're not here to stop me.
Yes. Yes, everything will play out as it has to play out. I'll see you very soon, Jack.
I guess he doesn't think he's gonna be calling anybody else. Not like Jack is tracing the call or anything. Oh no, he's at the pool. He's going for the other time machine.
I'm done dancing your tune, you crazy bastard.
From Paul to Clarice Ogawa, final instructions. Clarice, as you know, I have a mission to embark on, so I'll try to be brief. I have initiated lifeboat protocol over Martin's objections. Given how things have developed since then, I'm glad I did. I don't fully understand Martin's motives, but it's obvious he's moving against me and against the entire survival plan itself. I know you've worked closely with him, and I know this must come as a shock. Which, you know, we keep harping on. I still have no idea what Clarice's agenda is and how it coincides with Hatch's. It's also alarming that in evading capture, Martin took out an entire security team. For an unarmed man who's ostensibly not combat trained, that should be impossible. Obviously, this is highly alarming news. I don't know if he had help, or if there's even more to Martin than we have come to suspect, but he's had a free reign over this company for a long time, and he's extremely resourceful and persuasive. It's not clear to me who I can trust at this point. Well, you can't trust Clarice. But I know I can depend on you. Uh-oh. I trust that you will see things through in my absence and ensure the stutter-proofing stays up. In particular, I would appreciate if you would ensure that Dr. Amaral stays safe in the lifeboat. She has been through a lot during the past 24 hours, and she still managed to make her way back to us and bring vital intel. Thank you for your loyal service, Clarice. It has always been appreciated. Well, hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Between stutters.
The countermeasure was Paul's prize. Everything he built was based on Will's device. His plan depended on it. You better believe I look forward to taking it from him.
Only one of Serene's treatments survived the explosion. His time was running out.
So was everybody else's.
I'm thinking Clarice was a bit more happier about this one, though. From Sophia to Paul regarding the Time Machine Core. Paul, don't worry about it. We're on schedule. Your Time Machine Core from the university has been transported to the HQ, and it's currently being installed in the new Time Machine frame we've built for it. You'll have direct access to it from the CFR chamber, as requested. And no, before you ask, you can't actually access the CFR chamber from the time machine. That elevator can only be activated from within the chamber, so no one working on the time machine can get to the CFR. I thought you appreciate that layer of added security. I know how important it is to keep the CFR safe. Anyway, I know you don't actually intend to use the time machine, but should you ever need it, all we need to do is deploy the corridor. It's actually all hooked up now, but we're still running some final diagnostics. The tech should be ready with it before the call is over. Oh wait, this thing's way longer than I thought. Okay. Fuck. Oh. Sorry, had to sneeze. Okay, hang on, way back. Okay, October 7th. Subject, Time Machine Core to Paul from Sophia. Paul, now we have finalized the plans for acquiring and transporting the Time Machine Core from the university lab. Your instructions are quite clear. We won't actually move in until your younger self has entered the machine, and the men will try to take the Joyces alive, with the understanding that Jack Joyce in particular could be a threat, and neither can be allowed to escape under any circumstances. I'm still quite uncomfortable with all this, Paul. I understand your reasoning, and I know the stakes are high, but I don't want to see anybody hurt. It's antithetical to my role as a scientist, and I wish you'd reconsider. Surely there's a better way to resolve this. Moral implications aside, the loss of Dr. Joyce's expertise alone would be a great blow. If everything goes smoothly and quietly, we will transport the core directly to the Monarch Tower via ground group. If there's commotion and it seems like there's any risk of detection, we will instead airlift the core to our dry dock operation and then move it discreetly from there to the HQ. The construction of the new time machine frame at the top of Monarch Tower has been finished since last year. Once we have received the core, it will be installed into the time machine per your orders. I know you don't intend to use it, but even with the limitations the nature of time travel imposes on us, I have to say it seems like a great waste to not take advantage of such a resource, both from a strategic and a scientific point of view. To Sophia from Paul. Sophia, I understand why you would feel that way, but this isn't something I take lightly. It's my experience that time travel only complicates things, and while my own trip through time has given us great opportunities, it's also set me on this path. I want to control it, not use it. That said, I want to have the machine ready to use for emergencies. My foreknowledge of future events will end very soon, and it might prove to be useful to have the option of obtaining more detailed information from the future. Obviously, given that the furthest you could go back is the machine's activation at the university, visiting the past seems fairly useless. Also, ensure that the machine is heavily guarded at all times, and nobody is allowed to operate the machine besides myself, and I want the corridor to remain undeployed unless I give specific orders to the contrary. As for the Joyce brothers, I intend to give William the option of joining us, if possible, but I know him. He's very stubborn and he's a very stubborn and unstable man, and I don't know if we could ever trust him. I don't need to remind you that he built in this ridiculous little workshop with very limited resources a device that broke the local physics at ground zero and caused my Chronon syndrome. I don't intend to give him a chance to show us what else he could do if he decides that we're a target. That, along with the visions I have seen, there are certain sentimental reasons that make me wish I could let William live, but I doubt that he makes it possible for us. As for Jack, I'm not too worried about him. It took me a long time to master my abilities, so Jack shouldn't be a major problem unless he manages to use stutters to escape the area. Luckily, stutters should be very rare in these early stages of the fracture. Still, I've come too far to take any chances. I'd prefer to take him alive, but nothing can be allowed to put our plan at risk. And still, it's unclear why... It's unclear to me why the stutters were increased in frequency so rapidly beyond what Paul expected. I'm a little confused on that point. I'm sorry to have to involve you in something like this. I know it's not what you signed up for, and as I said, I don't expect you to be personally involved with that part of the operation in any way. I'm not particularly happy about this part myself, and I wish I had better options, but our circumstances are as they are, and I have come too far to falter now. I hope you understand. Paul, yes, of course, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to add to your burden, and I know that these are hard decisions. You can count on us to proceed as planned. I know you're exceptionally busy now that the time is almost upon us, but I was hoping you'd have time for dinner. See, she loves him. Sophia, please update me on our progress with the Time Machine Core relocation. Where are we with this? Thank you. Wow. Just totally glossing over that shit, huh? Harsh.
Paul spent a long time running Monarch in secret. It probably didn't help with that whole disconnected from reality thing.
Serene Surface. Oh, wait, because the Microsoft Surface, the tablet, sorry. Reflections on the end. I wish my memories about the end of time were clearer, but it was anything but a clear time in my life. And the world was such a jumble, a frozen mess of different timelines crashing together. I was running for my life the whole time, trying to avoid the shifters. Not an ideal state of mind for gathering intel. And it didn't help that she kept chasing me, trying to kill me. Beth Wilder, one of my own people. It was her all along. And, excuse me. Even then, trapped in the end of time, as little as I understood about what was going on, I could tell she wasn't like me, that she didn't have the powers I did. I knew she had some kind of technology that kept her going in that suspended hell. Of course, I had no idea it was a device I would eventually have my people develop. I suppose I should appreciate the irony that it was her Chronon harness, my own Chronon harness, that it gave me the idea for the Lifeboat Protocol. The idea that our technology could let humanity survive in the end of time. I suppose I have to thank her for that, and she paid for her sins in the end. But she left her mark on me. I know the time to pay for mine is approaching quickly, but not just yet. Back then, when Wilder and I played our game of cat and mouse at the end of time, if I had had an ounce of the control over my powers that I do now, things would have turned out very differently between the two of us. She was strong and had the training, and I was young and weak and scared. Even so, my abilities gave me an edge. I was lucky she didn't have the full striker gear. She was the one with the upper hand. I didn't learn to properly control my abilities until much later. In those days, they were unpredictable and operated on instinct. Control didn't come easy. I can't help but be aware that this doesn't seem to be the case for Jack. His mastery is growing by leaps and bounds. Is it just because that's the way he's always been? Fast on his feet? Bold and adaptive? Or is the fracture affecting him too? I thought we could contain him. It's cost us dearly. It's not a mistake I'll make again. And how many points do I have? Well, I guess while I'm in the wrong menu, I have 2 intels, 2 documents, and 3 computers, it looks like. Okay, so upgrades. I appear to be going for Time Shield. And I have 4 points. No, I have 6 points. Okay, so okay, so I still need, let's see, I need 6, 8, and 14. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I will not be finishing out this, the upgrades. I'm pretty sure that that depends on you being able to, or going through the alternate paths.
17 years, he lived through twice. All of it mapped out, from memory.
He knew the market trends before they occurred. He had the tools to make a fortune, and he did.
Yeah, like I said before, like, I would not be able to remember, like, even a quarter of the stuff that Paul did. It's pretty crazy. All of this from memory.
Paul saw what was coming. It broke him. He refused to believe that it could be changed, and he cast aside the only people who could have convinced him otherwise.
Dumbass. Okay, let's see if there's anything from the bottom here. Okay. Gotta check. From Sophia Amaral to Paul and Martin Hatch, Quantum Ripple Research Unit. This is September 30th, 2016. Paul, Martin, I know you've both been arguing that the Quantum Ripple Causality Research Subdivision, wow, that's a mouthful, has great potential and we should keep it funded. I must once again implore you to reconsider. I'll be the first one to admit that the technology is impressive. The fact that Doctors Mothman and Rangers can actually track the consequences rippling out from minor shifts within the Meyer-Joyce field is incredible, and the level of informational detail they managed to obtain is amazing. But here's the thing. They've been at this for 2 years now, and they have not produced a single useful result. Yes, we can trace actual events from their small inception point to the actual consequences, very much in keeping with the basic chaos theory concept of the butterfly flapping its wings. But, well, so what? Every single thing that happens in this universe is the result of such a chain of events. Being able to see the chain offers no real insight to anything due to the very randomness of the process. Furthermore, it's utterly misleading. You could say that some tiny event or tiny decision in my life yesterday led me to writing this email, and that's technically true, but so did some tiny event or tiny decision in my life 15 years ago. It's all a chain. The event yesterday didn't take place in a vacuum. It didn't come out of nowhere, so what's the point? We have no control over it, we don't get to direct it, and we get no useful information out of it. Also, have you actually seen the reports they generate? From a technological point of view, the way they manage to automate their analysis of the fluctuation signatures within the Meyer-Joyce field is impressive, but again, it's all meaningless babble with no practical applications. Their personal remarks on the reports are even worse. With all due respect to Ron and Terry and their indisputable technical expertise, I don't know what they're doing, and I'm not sure they do either. It's like they're coming up with stuff at random. The above outlines my concerns as to the futility of the entire process, and I suspect that it may not be enough to sway you, but I have one final point, which I think you should consider very, very carefully. The entire program is an unforgivable waste of Monarch resources. I don't mean money, although the entire Quantum Ripple Causality Research Subdivision, CRCRS, okay, is costing us millions and millions of dollars, but that doesn't really matter because I know we can afford that. However, there's a much more vital resource that they're consuming. Each time they fire up their rig and delve into the Meyer-Joyce field, they eat up a huge amount of chronon particles. Those are a finite resource, and as you know, we are projecting that the ground zero yield will rapidly diminish as the fracture takes hold, which will happen very soon. You may not understand what the real impact of this is, so let me put it to you in practical terms. Every single time they detect and analyze a quantum ripple, it costs us a week of potential lifeboat runtime, minimum. Given Monarch's primary purpose and the total lack of useful results, I believe that's a luxury we cannot afford. I recommend shutting them down immediately, or at the latest during our next reorganization. We can reallocate their resources to something useful and put Ron and Terry's expertise into great use designing the lifeboat. I'm sure we wouldn't regret putting them to work on that, given their track record of working with Chronon Tech. So they were trying to look into ripple effects like Jack can do naturally. And apparently it cost a shit ton of effort to do. Not surprising, I guess, but... Did I miss something? I mean, I got the one up here already, right? Why does Jack move so slow? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess it must be down there somewhere. Huh. Jack, move faster!
Paul was a powerful man, the leader of an empire. But behind the veil, he was a dying man. The signs were clear. Dr. Amaral was the one thing keeping Paul alive, but reading through their exchanges, there was something more than professional going on.
That's not my place to comment on.
Sophia's personal notes, October 9th, 2016. I found myself at a loss. We knew that the fracture would arrive. It was clear very quickly that the process was occurring much faster than Paul's projections. His experiences had led us to believe. That was alarming in itself. But there's another concern. With the fracture, Paul's condition seems to be accelerating rapidly. I don't know what to do about either one of these issues. I haven't had a chance to examine Paul properly, and of course, he won't consent to any real tests at this point. He won't take the time, not with the situation being as critical as it is. He has to prepare for the gala. It's to take care of every little stupid thing Martin trots out for him. He won't think of himself at all, and I'm afraid that'll cost us dearly. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I believe this acceleration is a reaction to the stutters in time. In Zero State, his wave function is further disrupted by the excessive chronon energies within his body. Before the university incident, before the fracture, the condition was progressive but controllable. The lack of stutters helped keep it in check. Now its progress is rampant, and I worry that it may reach a critical point soon. We always knew that that was a possibility, but all our projections assumed we would have years, time enough to come up with a cure, or a way to stop its progress. Which means there's a very real chance that in the near future, Paul's condition overtakes him, and if he does become a shifter, I don't know what to do about it. We haven't been able to help Dr. Kim. I don't know what we could do for Paul. I don't know what to do. The treatments are still working, but they take a toll on him, and their effect is greatly diminished. I'm concerned we may hit a point where he's forced to use them so often that the treatment becomes worse than the condition itself, and yet, I don't see any other options. He will not rest. He insists on doing so much. I know he chafes under his dependence on the treatments. He sees it as a weakness. I'm afraid I may lose him. Okay, why is it giving me a little dingy on the radar that something's over there, but I don't see shit? And then... Well, okay, it's gotta be either above or below me or something, right?
Chance to walk away, Joyce.
That doesn't sound good.
Just one of you. Rick. Look, you have to realize you're not going to keep me from the CFR. You don't look like you're in any shape for this.
Yeah, remember Liam's fucked up at this point.
Have it your way. Of course he's going. Fucking
That was it. That was the whole fight.
Don't do it, man. Just stay down.
Fuck you. I've got too much writing on this. You're not going anywhere.
Well, I guess since he's not technically dead and he's frozen in time, they may be able to get him some help after we fix all this. But still, that was the whole fucking fight. Like, that's the end of Liam's storyline right there.
Seeing that face put it into perspective. They were all misled, manipulated to believing they were doing what was right, what was necessary.
Liam Burke made his choice.
Liam Burke was an unnecessary casualty, one of way too many.
I guess he didn't survive then.
The lifeboat revolved around the countermeasure. He knew Will would try to take it back, that's why he was killed. He knew I'd try to do the same eventually.
Clearly, he was right.
From Lauren McStevenson, September 29th. Read me right now, CFR procedures to lifeboat maintenance. People, because there seems to be a certain lack of clarity about when it's appropriate for someone to enter the CFR chamber and mess with the chronon field regulator, and because I just had to fire Kevin Janeway because he did that exact thing, let me remind you of the approved CFR procedure. You do not touch the CFR, period. I may touch the CFR because I'm the lead technician in charge of it. Dr. Sophia Amaral may touch the CFR because she's our head of research and she knows what she's doing. Mr. Paul Serene may touch the CFR because he's Paul fucking Serene and it's his CFR. Nobody else touches the CFR. On occasion, some enormously lucky individuals who have been personally trained by me and are proven to be very, very dependable and incredibly good at their jobs, who don't have a track record of trying to enter the CFR chamber like paint-huffing imbeciles because they just wanted to take a closer look at it, and who have remembered to bribe the lead technician in charge of the CFR with Tom Waits tickets, may be given written instructions to perform specific procedures on the CFR. That will be a great honor and a sign of a significant degree of trust, and those people should be accorded all professional respect and an appropriate degree of brown-nosing and or passive-aggressive displays of envy by their peers. Or, to put it another way, you do not touch the CFR unless you want to join Kevin in the how to stop being an arrogant dumb shit who just jeopardized the only hope of a future for the entire human race because his mansplaining ass thought that what the CFR really needed was a random dude who knew better, a self-improvement course down at the unemployment office, which I'm sure is where we all believe he was escorted to by those armed men. There are no exceptions to this. The entire lifeboat protocol depends on the CFR being present, properly connected, and functioning normally. You do not want to jeopardize this. This is bigger than any of us, and we are not here to fuck around. Lauren McStevenson. That's a pretty good letter.
They'd stockpiled all the chronon particles from Ground Zero to keep the lifeboat running.
Enough to hopefully last until a proper solution was discovered.
Well, that probably wasn't going to happen. From Sophia Amaral to lifeboat maintenance, chronon particles stockpile update, October 9th. Everyone, please be advised that we are now at a point where lifeboat activation may occur. Accordingly, I have ensured that preparations are underway for activation. As part of that, what chronon particle stores still remain at the Ground Zero harvesting operation are being moved to the headquarters and placed into the Master Chronon Particle Repository, ready to be placed under the CFR's control. Please be aware that what we have managed to accumulate until this point is very likely to be all the chronon particles we ever have access to. Due to the fracture's effects on the Meyer-Joyce field, the Ground Zero anomaly is showing definite signs of weakening. As a result, the chronon particle yield decreases drastically and will soon drop to baseline. While we will obviously continue more traditional chronon particle harvesting operations in order to maximize our stockpile, we all need to recognize that sourcing them outside of the ground zero conditions is extremely inefficient. Or, in plain terms, unless we find another source of chronon particles, and I don't believe we will, what we have now is all we will ever have. Please be aware that all use of chronon technology eats into our limited resources, and while we of course recognize that we need to have our strikers and other soldiers operate in stutters, each operation undertaken will eat away at our stockpile and, in very real terms, cost us days of lifeboat runtime. Accordingly, we have to plan all use of this technology closely and choose our battles carefully. That said, we should also realize the ongoing situation with Jack Joyce constitutes an emergency and will most likely require unconventional chronon particle investments. Just the same, we should be aware of the cost. I expect to see projected chronon particle consumption rates for the foreseeable future and simulations of how long our stockpile will last, adjusted for all the scenarios we have discussed. See our last meeting minutes in our next Monday meeting. So all this fighting with Jack is actually eating into their I definitely can word good. It's eating into their stockpile. Yes, I can definitely word good.
Fiona, I'm at the CFR chamber. Door's locked.
That's way above my access level. But since my friend disabled security earlier, I should be able to do this. Listen, I don't really know what the plan is, but it's all up to you now. Good luck.
It was like walking into a shrine. This was their holy relic.
And it looks like some things didn't go so well in here earlier.
There'd been some kind of struggle in the chamber. I didn't know the details. Somebody cleaned it up.
A man named Charlie Wincott. I believe he chose to take a stand. Unfortunately, it ended badly for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems to be that kind of work environment.
Yeah, and who did he take a stand against, Clarice? And who killed him? Who killed him, Clarice? Okay, just had to check if there's something at the bottom to read. If only they had the emails go top to bottom like any normal reading should. Personal notes on the CFR, January 5th, 2011, Dr. Henry Kim. This thing feels like a conundrum wrapped in a puzzle. It's an incredible piece of technology, and I feel like we're only scratching the surface of what it can do. And we have already learned so much. I thought I had a good understanding of the intricacies of chronon particles and their practical applications before, but now I realize I've still got a great deal to learn. The chronon field regulator, as I've decided to call it, is a little miracle. How such a small device can do so much is beyond me. I know it taps into the Myers-Joyce field, but I don't know how. My experiments just show it can do it. It can also manipulate the field. I wish I knew how. Still, the mechanics of its operation give me ideas, new avenues of thought I've been trying to find for such a long time. The task that I've been set by Mr. Serene has, frankly, stumped me for years. Knowing that what we observe as the passage of time is just the result of chronon particles being constantly generated within the Myers-Joyce field is a simple fact that I've been aware of for a long time. But being able to manipulate those particles in a meaningful way, well, that's another question. The mechanics of the situation are clear, almost frustratingly so. In a zero-state environment, there are no chronon particles, and thus time is frozen. The idea of artificially flooding an area with chronon particles to enable the passage of time is the obvious solution, but actually finding a way of doing that, that's something else. Not only are chronon particles incredibly difficult to source, so obtaining enough to actually stutter-proof an area for any time longer than a fraction of a second has always seemed impossible. perhaps even more importantly, the mechanism of manipulating the particles in a way that would actually allow me to define a certain volume of space as stutter-proof has constantly eluded me. Well, Ground Zero has solved the former problem for us. We're almost up and running, and very soon we will have the ability to harvest chronon particles at useful rates. We'll be able to build a truly formidable stockpile of them in the years to come. As for the latter problem, manipulating the chronon particles, that seems to be something the CFR does with ease. Its ability to tap into the Meyer-Joyce field and affect changes in its topology is exactly what I need. Unfortunately, I don't know how it does it. I don't have a clue, and I don't know how to effectively control these effects, but my research into the practical effects of its operation has given me ideas for a different kind of chronon technology that works on a somewhat similar principle. Except instead of tapping into the Meyer-Joyce field, it generates a similar localized field of its own, an artificial chronon particle field. And within that field, we can manipulate chronon particles at will. This means that we should be able to create stutter-proofing technology, allowing us to shield a certain area from the effects of zero state, and I believe I will be able to miniaturize the technology to allow for personalized devices with the same effect, almost like an environmental suit of sorts, with a harness the user would wear to create a chronon field around his body. There are still many challenges here, one of which is that any significant there's so many small errors like this that trip me up. One of which is that any significant volume of stutter-proof space will incur an unacceptably high drain on chronon particles, which are a decidedly limited resource. Obviously, with the lifeboat protocol requiring a large stutter-proofed area that we can maintain for years, quite possibly decades, this is a critical issue we have to solve, and Mr. Serene has made that quite clear to me. Frankly, even with Mr. Hatch backing me, the thought of disappointing Serene over this makes me quite anxious. I understand his concerns, and they are of course entirely founded, but the man's intensity is unnerving. In any case, I'm hopeful that I will figure out this problem soon. I'm hoping to be able to use the CFR itself to regulate the flow of chronon particles, and given its nature, I suspect it may be eminently suitable for such a role in the lifeboat project and cut down our chronon consumption rate by a great margin. My control over the CFR is limited, but this seems to be a very basic functionality for it, so I'm optimistic that I can do it. I'm still looking into it, one thing at a time. We've already made great progress, and I will say that Mr. Serene's been quite complimentary with these successes, so I think he'll give us the time we need. Well, it's not like he has a lot of choice in the matter. I'll be honest, the CFR is becoming a bit of an obsession for me. I wish I could sit down and have that conversation and just ask those questions. How did you build it? What's it actually for? But I've been denied the opportunity. A part of me wants to open the CFR up and get to the bottom of it, but the potential consequences terrify me. We've already seen what it can do if unleashed. Even worse, there's the possibility that I couldn't put it back together, and just the idea of making a mistake like that is a positively bowel-liquefying thought. Having to explain that to Mr. Serene, no thank you. So, as it is, I have only dared to open up a bit of the casing to get a rough idea of some of the engineering inside. It's amazing work, and has certainly been a lesson in humility for me. I still have a lot to learn, but I'm a very fast learner, and this has to be the most important work anyone has ever engaged in the history of humanity. If we succeed in our mission, the world will not soon forget the name of Dr. Henry Kim. Well, sucks to be you, bud. Okay, what did I miss? I'm missing 2 intel items, huh? Oh, well, here's one right here. Personal item, Charlie Wincott, Data Samurai. Sorry, Charlie. You ended up being a pretty decent guy. Oh, what's all that? Interesting. I'll take this.
It took 11 years for Will to build the countermeasure. Beth died for it, and I knew it could fix the fracture.
This fucking thing.
Problem was, I didn't have a clue how to use it. The only person who did was dead. But Monarch had a way of getting to him before that ever happened.
The university time machine. They've got the core here.
Monarch had built their own time machine above the CFR chamber. That's where I needed to go.
You still believed you could go back and save your brother?
Yes.
No, Marty, no, I sent you to the future. Yes, I know, Doc, I know, but I'm back. I'm back from the future. Well, that's a weird jingle for an elevator.
Paul took the core of the time machine from the university, hooked it up to his own machine. It was part of his sick desire for control, but that gave me one last shot at fixing things. I could go back, maybe get to Will before Paul killed him. And if I could get the countermeasure in Will's hands, maybe I could still turn everything around.
Core was set, the machine was prepped. I had to put the corridor in place.
Sure. Let's try this. Okay, but where's the thing I'm looking for on the radar? What the fuck? Where is this thing? I don't know what the fuck is going on. Whatever. Let's just kick this in gear.
Okay, this should do it.
Deploying the corridor. Phase 1 underway. Please clear all personnel from the operator.
Oh, hello. Yeah, backpack. I need ammo. Give me the ammo. Nice. Oh, wait, I have a limited supply of ammo for this. I can't use the backpack.
No, no.
Come on.
Fuck. Should have just ran. Whoops. Ran straight into other shotgun pellets.
Jeez. Time to move. Fine, let's go. Gotta move.
Alright, that went a little bit better.
Oh, you're welcome, you very slow machine lady.
Machine was ready. I just needed to put in the date.
How about whatever date lets me get to, this thing I can't see? Oh, I don't even have the icon on my HUD anymore, so... Apparently I must be just screwed.
The earliest I could go back to was the time that the core was first activated. At the university.
Not much time to rescue your brother.
I didn't have a choice.
You better be as advertised.
Well, I guess I missed something somewhere.
Targets have escaped the lab.
What's up, fellas?
Oh, shit!
Like a boss. I guess I somehow failed to kill that guy the first time.
Too late to stop it all before it ever started.
But not too late to save Will. All you had to do was get to him in time.
Yeah, that was the plan.
HQ, we've got security footage of the Joyce brothers escaping through the server room on the lower level.
Raider Team 3, intercept immediately. Ready another extraction unit to remove the core.
God damn, Paul. What is this? Okay, gotta get to the library. Have to reach Will before it's too late. It's blocked. Gotta find another way out of here.
Prowler Team, ready the heavies in the underground parking. I'm not hearing any response from Raider Team 3. We may have a situation.
Where the hell is that extraction team? We were supposed to have the core loaded in that chopper by now.
Hatch was right. Should have sent Liam Burke in first to deal with those Joyce assholes.
Directive was take weapons free.
Yeah, trust me, Liam's not gonna be the one beating my ass. Oh, wait a second. I don't know what else I could do with that. This guy might beat my ass, though. Okay, let's try this again. And then there's a big guy over here. That takes care of that. Oh, that's another big guy, okay. Oh, he's fucked.
I remember that Will and I were heading to the courtyard when the stutter hit. That's where I needed to cut him off.
I'm not entirely sure what exactly transpired here, but I guess I will take all guys dead.
Courtyard. How do I get there?
You never tried to stop Monarch from extracting the core.
The fact that they stole it was the only reason I was able to return to the past. It's not a logic I wanted to mess around with.
Everything's a closed loop. Whoa, that's pretty trippy. For some reason, I thought there was like a radio thing going on in there or something. That's pretty cool though. Sorry. I hope there's a backpack around here somewhere. Oh, yep, there's one right there.
Underground parking. It's gotta be the fastest way there.
Will and I had escaped from the lab after the experiment.
Whoops.
It seemed like Monarch was dealing with somebody other than us. That was me, all along.
HQ, Striker team is down. It's Joyce.
Raider 9, what do you mean Striker team is down? How many?
All of them.
Hell, we underestimated. Take him out, whatever it takes.
It's gonna take more than you got. Whew, that was close.
Son of a... HQ, we spotted Jack Joyce in the student lounge.
Bandit 4, that shouldn't be possible. I'm getting reports of gunfire in the underground parking. Are you sure it's Joyce? I need visual confirmation.
Didn't expect two of me, did you?
Burke, the hell are you doing down here?
I need the gate pass code.
Fuck if I know. Let's go see Wade.
Gate control. I don't have the code.
Who the fuck is Wade?
Burke, the hell are you doing down here?
I need the gate pass code. You need me up there.
Fuck if I know. Let's go see Wade.
Okay, and they're walking this way. Why is this gun making freaky sounds? Hello? Anybody named Wade around here? Wade? Anybody named Wade? We got a Wade? No. Okay.
Burke, the hell are you doing down here? Fuck if I know. Let's go see Wade.
Okay, and they're walking this way, but oh, what the fuck? Were these guys? Okay, I ran here past here twice. I didn't see anybody.
Rocking those ugly astronaut pants. Hatch's orders.
Neighbor of the beast, you know?
All right.
665. Okay.
Get your team prepped for combat. I don't know.
Sam Lake really is obsessed with the neighbor of the beast thing. Hasn't that already been used at least once in this game?
I'm not done with you yet.
All right, picked up this beast to the camp.
HQ,
There he is.
Copy. Target at once. Advance on the target. Weapons free.
Looks like it's plugged in somewhere else. No time.
Whoa. It's all coming together.
Door's still barred. Whoever's here ain't left yet.
How the fuck did Joyce take out those strikers?
He's obviously not alone. My bet is there's at least 5 of them working together. So keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, there's another big guy.
Reloading! Fire support!
Of course, I can't see shit. Okay. Damn, I still didn't kill him? Jesus Christ. Killed him.
Okay, gotta get to the library.
Huh, I thought there was one more guy. I guess that explosion must have taken out all of them.
No time to lose. I gotta get to Will. Shit. Too late. I gotta beat him to the library.
I got orders to patrol the rooftops.
We already got men up there.
And they want more. Take it up with Serene if you disagree.
This is Airlift Prime. We've got the Time Machine Core in transit.
Beth.
HQ, we've got William Joyce in the library. Awaiting orders. Over.
Gotta move, Jack.
Roger. Keep a skeleton crew and wait for arrival of Monarch Actual. Everybody else needs to reunite at the Dry Docks Cronin extraction grounds. Wait for further orders there. Library is set to blow in 5 minutes.
We're not getting any response from the sniper unit. Investigating the rooftops as we speak.
Keep me posted.
Sniper unit's wiped. No way he did that on his own. We need to find out who's unaccounted for. This might be an inside job. Let's start a list of who's missing.
For some reason, I thought there was another Chronon thing up here. Maybe that was... I mean, I don't see one, so... And I do notice that, like, my HUD, my radar thing has completely disappeared. So, I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but it's gone.
Get your goddamn stories right. Where is he? I need answers. Where the hell is
Need backup in the library! Stat!
HQ, this is Monarch Actual. Cancel that order, I'm on my way. I'll deal with Jack personally.
You heard him. Stand down.
Hold on, Will. I'm almost there.
I want to take a check on that. Where is the radar thing? Huh. Okay, well, whatever.
Okay, gotta get to the library.
If Joyce is in the library, then who'd they spot?
HQ, target found. Engage.
On target. No! You're outnumbered.
Oh shit! Punked by some random nobody.
If Joyce is in the library, then who'd they spot up here?
Don't know, but I'm giving us 30 seconds to find out, then we get the hell out of here. I'm not gonna be caught on this rooftop when Serene makes a building go boom.
Ha! That's what you get, you fucker.
Targeting crosshairs.
Neutralize the target. This is a priority order.
I guess it would help if I actually could hit him. There we go, Jesus.
This is Monarch Actual. Approaching library rear entrance.
Oh no, no. Gotta get down there.
Stand by to detonate the library. I'm going in.
Fuck. Will? Already gone. Lobby. Lobby, I'm running out of time.
Oh, almost missed this thing.
Why? Who is she?
She knows about the fracture. I trust her.
Glad you trusted somebody. Will.
There is. That's why I can't risk you opposing me, Will. It doesn't have to...
Whoa, where'd those doors come from?
Trigger. I never wanted this. Jack. You saved me.
Welcome back. Hey, Will. Here's a present.
Countermeasure. How? Oh, Jack.
Will! Come on! Come on, let's go. Monarch had it the whole time. Does it work?
Came back from the future. For me. Fracture wasn't fixed.
Not yet. Does it work?
Theory, yes. We gotta get back to my time machine. Gotta get us back to the time where you came from.
No.
Future.
No.
It's the only way.
We need to stop the fracture here, in this time. Now.
Oh, Jack, listen to me. The fracture wasn't fixed in the time where you came from. So fixing it here, it's always gonna fail.
People are going to die, Will. You haven't seen what happens between now and then.
No, but you have. What you have done has set in motion a chain of events that cannot be broken.
Look, we don't know.
And if it could be broken, it could jeopardize the entire world. We get one shot at this. There's too much at stake, Jack.
Look, I know the stakes, okay?
And you gotta let go, Jack. Everything you have done to get to this place is necessary. Trust me. The past is set, but the future isn't. Right? We gotta go. This way.
If what you said is true, then how did I save you? I saw you die, Will.
Think, Jack. You never physically saw me die, did you?
I watched a roof collapse on top of you.
Creating the illusion of my death, yes. Which brought you here to make sure it remained only an illusion. It's all a loop. If time is an egg,
no egg metaphors.
More graffiti. Thanks, Beth.
We have to get out of here and get to the Bradbury. Oh, get down. Over here.
Goddamn bloodbath in there. I need some air.
Cleaners better get here quick.
Wait for them to leave. Now, I know it's a lot to take in, but the fact that you managed to save me and yet still maintain the illusion of my death is actually further proof of my point.
Risky
the past
up.
remains intact.
Stick to the plan.
Nothing changes, and the Novikov self-consistency principle prevails.
Oh, great. We can high-five about that later.
Right. Let's save the world first.
Come on, let's meet up with the convoy.
Okay, they're gone. Let's go.
Surprised you actually waited. It's almost like you're listening to me.
Well, the last time I didn't listen to you, the fracture occurred. Consider me open to following orders.
Huh. That doesn't sound like my brother.
I know.
Yeah, a lot's happened in the last 24 hours. 48 hours? I don't even know how long it's been. It has been a long time and not much time at all.
There's a door over here. You can't risk helping them.
I know what happens if I don't.
And it'll still happen, Jack. I meant what I said back there. And there are no exceptions. If you get suckered into trying to change what can't be changed, it may cost us everything. Please, Jack. Our future depends on this. You said Monarch had the countermeasure this whole time. How? Why?
Paul was using it to fuel some kind of messed up survival program.
They must have somehow repurposed it as a localized Chronon field regulator.
Hey, that name sounds familiar. Okay, seriously, did something happen to the HUD? HUD visibility off, and okay. HUD visibility on. Okay, well, I don't know what the fuck happened to my time radar shit, but no.
You have to.
No, oh, that's definitely not what I want.
We can't risk being spotted here.
Hey, hey, there it is. Just in time, too. Okay.
All right, that's it.
I always assumed it was Beth Wilder who had the countermeasure, keeping it safe. She was the one who warned me.
Well.
Told me to build it.
I know.
You met her. Is she helping us?
She was.
Ah. I see. Come on. This place isn't safe.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Oh shit, watch out. Well, hey. Go this way now.
Fuck. Can't save her. Even knowing everything she goes through after this. It's a pretty depressing end for Beth. And, you know, of course, because there was never a sequel to Quantum Break, and there never will be, she never gets saved. You know, this is installed on an NVMe solid state drive, which loads pretty fucking fast. So the fact that these loads take so long is kind of interesting. And this is how the taxi beat us to the punch all the way back at the beginning. Of course, excuse me, is part of Jack's powers is that he can actually unfreeze objects. Did he unfreeze that car and drive it during the stutter?
In the dark. When I started my work, you were so young, and afterwards, I always hoped it would all pass you by without touching you.
Yeah. I get it. Come on. Let's just go to the future and fix this mess. Amy was so worried about somebody getting here before us when we spotted the cab. But it was us all along. I hope she made it out okay.
Yeah, what happened to Amy?
What do we got here?
What do we got? 7 available points.
Wait a second. There. It's locked.
You hid the machine here. You really never used it yourself?
No, I didn't dare. Not after the men came out. It was Paul. He tried to kill me.
Yeah, I know. I saw. Twice.
Damn. Rusted shut. Jack, a hand? One more time.
When Monarch came for the time machine at the university, Paul was trapped in it. He escaped into the future. Whatever happened to him there changed him.
Somehow he found my machine there and used it to come back to 1999.
And founded Monarch. He escaped from Monarch and became what he escaped from.
Insanity. I never should have built the machine. I should have left well enough alone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just basic Back to the Future stuff. Of course, Doc Brown said the same thing and then ended up building another one inside a train, so who am I to say?
Just the way I left it. Hope it still works.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the future. A little after your time of departure. Before the fracture to stop time permanently. I don't know. I'm a little concerned about this.
It'll be dangerous.
Of course it'll be dangerous. At this point, what isn't? But I have been curious to try this.
And of course, it works perfectly this time, and then after we use it right now, the power burns out.
Wow. So this is what it looks like.
It just looks like a pretty bare bones tunnel to
When we
me.
exit, it'll be a little past the point you were at when you left to save me. That's our window, when we know it can work, but before time actually ends for good.
It may not be much of a window. Monarch was sure it was imminent.
Like they're experts.
They kind of are.
All they know they stole from me. You worry about your end, I'll worry about mine.
All right, Will. That works.
This is amazing. All those years, I never...
Crap. Hang on, Will.
He's here!
Oh, am I gonna make it? Nope.
My cue. Will. Get moving. We don't have time for this.
Huh, it's a Chronon grenade, huh?
Better not, Jack.
Now, this...
I don't know how Will managed to get here, but forget it.
Well, it looks like he came through the time machine to me.
This is bigger than the two of us. You know time's about to stop for good.
Yes, it is. Hence the lifeboat program.
A bunch of desperate people sitting around in a bunker somewhere waiting for the inevitable? Jesus, Paul.
You stole the CFR, Jack.
I stole it?
And the plan depends on it. So... I'll take that back now, please.
I can't do that.
I know.
Now, this battle is a huge fucking pain in the ass, and I'll probably end up dying a couple times, so apologies in advance, but it's kind of hard. Okay, so while like, there are waves, and then when he's up there, he's invincible. When he has the shield up, he's invincible. So you have to kill all the guys during these waves, and then he'll do like these chronon bomb things. And then after the wave hits, he's vulnerable for a little bit.
Yes, that did something.
And then he'll go back up here, and another wave comes out, and you gotta just do it like 3 times. But the waves get kind of a little bit difficult. Way back there. Uh-oh. Backpack. Okay. Whoa. Oh, fuck. I thought I was far enough away. Here we go again. So obviously there are no checkpoints during the final fight, so you just got to do the whole thing over again. Yeah. This is partially why I find the final fight to be annoying. What, Jack, what are you doing? Oh my god. Okay, sure, why not? What the fuck was that climbing shit? Why was he climbing?
Better not.
At least I got that death out of the way pretty quickly, right? Oh, where's the big guy? Oh, did I kill the big guy? Ah, god damn it.
Better not.
Yeah, looks like time bombing him just doesn't even. Oh, come on, no. Stupid bot. Go away. Ugh, Jesus Christ. I would like to be able to finish the game, please.
Better not. You never had the perspective.
Yeah, so if you haven't noticed, like, it takes away camera control for you for that first explosion to show you what's happening. Why is the...
Gotta move!
Sorry, I just noticed that the cursor was staying on screen for some reason. Oh, god damn it. Mother... See, this is why I hate this mission, like this last boss. It's like exponentially harder than anything else in the game so far.
Better not.
Down.
Yeah, see, and now they're putting helpful hints. Like, defeat the Monarch guards. Thanks, guys. Like, I didn't know this. I know what I'm doing. It's just fucking hard. I couldn't punch him? Oh, wait, why is he bombing over there? Okay. Oh, wait, because he does 2 this time? He's doing 2 in the same location, I guess. Okay. Okay, you know what? I guess they decided to go easy on me. GG's. Oh shit. Ouch. I put a couple bullets in him just to make sure. Martin Hatch obviously did not die. So, you know, I wouldn't trust that Paul Serene died either. That's just me.
Hey, Will, hey. It's okay. Jack. What? Never mind. Tell me later. We got work to do. I'll have to hook up the countermeasure to the core. It's designed to hypersaturate the Maya Joyce field with chronon particles. The time machine's like an amplifier. That'll cause a chain reaction and rejuvenate the field. It'll be a universal event.
I'll take your word for it. Just make it happen.
Jack, give me a hand with this.
Can't even pull out my gun right now.
What do you need?
The countermeasure's charge is low. We'll need a jolt of chronon particles. A jump start. That's you. Don't stop.
Hurry up! It's working. It's like I'm pushing against the entire goddamn universe.
I told you to put some bullets in them. Damn, completely melted his ass.
The countermeasure. It stitched time back together everywhere. The destruction couldn't be undone. The lives we lost were real. But we fixed it.
Jack.
Will.
Clocks kept on ticking.
Come on. Come on. I think we just saved the universe.
Yeah. Where's Paul?
He's dead. He's gone. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Will, he was wrong about everything.
Was he?
Will. The countermeasure worked.
Whoa. Countermeasure burned out. The Maya Joyce field should be stable now. Of course, I'll have to run a few tests to confirm. But this...
Uh-oh.
Well, there's no reason to believe that...
Now Jack's got the chronon syndrome. Another loose end, never tied up.
One more question. Paul Serene's entire philosophy was that time is a set path, and nothing can be changed. At the time, you obviously disagreed. But after everything you've seen and done, we need to know. What do you believe now? Was he right? Or is it possible to change things?
I'll come back for you.
Aww. If only we had gotten Quantum Break 2. Maybe we could have had a better answer, or a more hopeful answer, I suppose. At least we did see Courtney Hope return. Dominique Monaghan, yeah, that's his name. And because I have copyrighted music muted, there's no music during the credits. So that was at least one timeline of Quantum Break. So as you can, like, we will see more. Actually, we'll get to that in a second. So you can see this is where because there was never a Quantum Break 2. unfortunately, most of what we can take away from this game for the Remedy verse proper is Martin Hatch. And Martin Hatch, because he is a main player in Alan Wake, or because they wanted him to be a main player in Alan Wake, and because they wanted to use Alan Wake to start, you know, I called Control like the where Sam Lake was starting to bring these things together. Obviously, there's no Quantum Break, you know, a cameo hints or anything like that in Control, but there are Alan Wake, you know, obviously because the AWE expansion, but that's where they really start bringing things together. And Alan Wake 2 is where they really it's like they go whole hog on. This is where the universe is coming together. You know, they have Control, and they are modifying Quantum Break to fit into the Remedyverse that they own. You know, so they wanted to use Martin Hatch as well. I guess I can't really say for sure what is going on. You know, I'm not Sam Lake, but they are definitely setting up Martin Hatch to be a multiverse wide antagonist. And so because that was the original idea in Quantum Break, they had to modify that, and now his name is Warlin Door. And since they aren't using time travel anymore, they have slightly modified how the multiverse works. And because of that, I am choosing to actually play. What I will be playing next is not Alan Wake 2 proper, but the DLC from Alan Wake 2. And I will talk about that more at the beginning of the next stream for that. But I believe there are so the DLCs for Alan Wake are the first one that came out was one called Night Springs, and it's 3 mini episodes that kind of, well, they have some fun with the setting, but they are ostensibly supposed to be just like episodes of Night Springs, you know, they're Twilight Zone kind of stuff. They're just kind of like little goofy takes on the world of Alan Wake. But there's one in particular that I believe is that's not exactly what is intended. I think it's a bit more than that. So I personally think it's something to be incorporated in Quantum Break, in the Quantum Break playthrough that we're doing here. So let's skip the credits.
You've been very patient with us and very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that patience is starting to wear pretty thin.
Of course. Right outside.
And another...
Mr. Joyce.
Ah.
Finally. Thought you wanted to talk, not get my life story.
Well, you were at the heart of all of this. And you can understand our need to find out exactly what happened.
I heard it's all being pinned on Paul. It's quite the feat.
Paul Serene always danced to his own tune, you know that.
Look at how tall Lance Reddick is here compared to Sean Ashmore.
We could use a man like you. It's not the same Monarch you know, Mr. Joyce. Your exceptional qualities are obvious, and we both know you have certain needs our expertise could help with. We can help each other.
Oh shit. Now because he has Chronon Syndrome, he can see the future. And so loose threads. We still don't know Clarice Ogawa's agenda. We have never gotten a hint about why she is working with Martin Hatch, and if she has any idea that Martin Hatch is a shifter. Ostensibly, she should know by now, and for some reason, Jack is not terribly concerned that Martin Hatch is alive again, and now he knows that Martin is a shifter, and he doesn't seem like he just walks up and starts talking to Hatch like there's no big deal, even though he just wanted he saw Hatch running around killing all these Monarch guards. He doesn't know why, but now he is in charge of Monarch. Somehow, loose threads that never, we never got another one. So all of this stuff is just up in the air, and yeah, whatever. That's just the way it goes sometimes. They don't get a second shot, and so things that just got left on the cutting room floor. Okay. So with that, we are at the end of Quantum Break proper. And I loathe to use the T word now, but tomorrow we will return with a particular Alan Wake DLC to finish off the Quantum Break experience. Thanks all for watching. Have a good day.